Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
All right, good morning, everyone. I am the Sarge. Yes, I'm in a little bit of camo right now. So I just want to welcome you to the Morning Shot. I'm with another special guest. He was on the show last time. It is Crispy Bacon. Crispy Bacon, how you doing?
I'm doing good, not too bad. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Doing very well. I'm just curious. Do you have your morning shot? Because
I do.
I have a full cup of it right there.
Yeah, I
So
do too.
that is my morning shot right there. So today is like one that is a big day for the college football. Today we have the Heisman Trophy announcement today and the Army Navy game. Let's start with the Heisman Trophy finalists. First off, we have Bryce Young from Alabama. He has thrown over 4,300 yards with 43 touchdowns and just 4 interceptions.
Wow.
We got C.J. Stroud from Ohio State. Well, if you don't know who Bryce Young is, he's the quarterback for Ohio State, and C.J. Stroud is the quarterback for Ohio State. He has thrown, I don't know, about 4,000 yards and about 4,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Then we have Kenny Pickett. Yes, he has raised some eyebrows last week. He's a quarterback from Pittsburgh. He led the he's on there.
Mhm.
And also, last but not least, is actually not a offensive player. What's your thoughts on that, Chris?
I think it's.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it's good because kind of like NFL or any of these, MVP or kind of awards. It's usually towards the offensive side. It's usually towards the quarterback. So I think it's good for a defensive player or a non-quarterback to get it.
Yeah, it is. I think I'm losing my mind on who won it last. Oh man, I am drawing a blank. I cannot believe I'm drawing a blank.
I think it was the Falcons rookie. I can't think of the name that won it last year.
Well, I'm going to do a quick research. But anyways, Aiden Hutchinson, he is the defensive lineman for Michigan, and he has 13.5 sacks in 8 games, and that's going against Ohio State, Penn State, Iowa, and Michigan State.
Oh wow!
Actually, that's and the last defensive lineman who won the last defensive player to win the Heisman was actually Charles Woodson. That's the name that was like I cannot believe I lost that name. But he is alumni of Michigan. Do you think Aiden Hutchinson can do it today? Win it?
I think it's gonna be tough, but I mean he has a shot to win it.
Yeah, that's true. He does have a shot, but ultimately, I think you got the Alabama hammer going down right there with Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young is going to be the Heisman winner of that. But being a Heisman winner doesn't really translate going into the NFL because there's been quite a bit of players who won a Heisman and they just did not live up to expectations.
It's almost like a curse.
It's like a curse, like the Madden curse, you would say?
No, I wouldn't say like that, but I mean a lot of players that's won it, like a Manziel or something like that. They just don't do too well in the NFL, and I don't know if it's because they got that higher award than most of the college players do, but I don't know.
All right, let's go this question then. Do you think they should expand the finalists on the Heisman? Because we know that if you're a quarterback and a running back or a wide receiver, you're gonna have a better chance of winning that trophy than a defensive player. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's pretty accurate, and I think they should expand it. Maybe what they have 3 finalists usually. I think they
About
should
four.
4. So I think they
Yeah,
should do like 5 or 6, maybe.
5 or 6.
Yeah. I
Okay,
don't know if you need like 10 choices like they do in award shows, but
alrighty. I can go with that. I'm going with that. So we actually we're gonna move on from that. So we have a one college football game that is not the FCS. It is the Army Navy game. Have you watched the Army Navy game?
I have in years past, and it's a pretty good game. I saw one. I think it was. I know it's not that, but it's like Air Force, and I can't remember. But it was a few weeks ago, and those kind of matchups are pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, they are, and I gotta say, with the band that are playing on the field, they're actually after they're actually officers in the military who are actually playing and so forth.
Mhm.
And after I believe they have to at least give at least a 4-year commitment to the armed services after they're done with the college with that. But
Yeah,
President, but I'm not
okay.
getting into politics here. But
Yeah.
President Trump, I believe he signed something saying that they can actually put that on hold, their military service, and try to make it big
Mm.
onto that. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, that sounds interesting, but I've always heard that your first statement about how they have to wait 4 years before coming in the NFL. I know Staubach had to go through that, and I know a couple players did. Few of them had to, they could have waivers put on that, and come during the the training camps. But I don't know. I guess it could go both ways on that. What Trump was doing. I mean, it sounds good, and I like the idea. Um, if that's really what they want to do. But I know protecting, the U.S. is probably what they want to do too. So it depends, I think.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, I could be on the line on this on how I really feel about this, um, and so forth. But with the Army Navy game, they are coming in with uniforms. Army will be wearing a uniform that recognizes soldiers of the U.S. Special Forces that started against the Taliban. So a Navy will be wearing uniforms inspired by fighter jets. My only problem with the Navy's uniform, I don't know if you saw a sneak peek of it. It's red, white, and blue. It has like stripes in the middle of it. Has a circle and a star on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with the uniform is
Hmm.
the um the um the symbol is pretty close pretty close to what the Air Force has on their jets. That is my only problem I have with it. I think Utah, when they were playing against Oregon, and they beat Oregon 38-3 or 38-7,
Hmm.
something like that. The first meeting, they had pretty awesome uniforms that was celebrating the USS Salt Lake City on that one. So, what's your thoughts
Okay.
on what are your thoughts on the uniforms?
I like the uniforms. I mean, they look pretty cool, and I like it when teams of do something like that and represent uh some kind of military base, and or just the United States. So it's cool to see that. I haven't picked up on the detail, but if it's close enough, like you were saying, I think they should change it.
Yeah, but I can't really speak much on that one. But the Army, I'm looking at it right now, and it is kind of like a tannish color with like a
Hmm.
and the numbers in the numbers in the name tapes, they're actually kind of like a dark brown. So they're kind of going more of a deserty look, and which is okay. It doesn't look too bad on that one. So, with that being said, we're going over to the MLS today. I believe is the start of the MLS Cup. We got the Portland Timbers versus New York City FC on that one. Who do you think is going to go away with this one, Chris?
I'm going to go with Portland. I mean, they haven't won it since, I think I looked at 2018. You know, and I'm sure New York FC haven't won it in a while, but I'm going with Portland.
Okay, I don't know if Portland has ever won it. Same with the New York FC.
Portland's won it twice.
Oh, they have?
2016 and 18.
Okay, so I don't know about the New York
I'm looking.
the New York FC championships. I don't think they have one with that one. But with that being said, I mean it's going to be in Portland. Who do you think is going to come out on top?
Like who's going to win?
Yeah.
I'm going Portland.
You're going to go Portland?
Yeah. What about you?
I'm going to go Portland as well. Since I'm in the Pacific Northwest, and I kind of like the antics that they do there at the matches. I can't say games because when you're playing soccer, it's all different terminology than regular sports. So with that being said, when they're playing their match, like they have someone like sawing wood and chopping wood, and it goes nuts and so forth. And I'm not familiar with their stadium, but I know for the Seattle Sounders, their stadium they play where the Seahawks play. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
And that place gets packed and loud. I think the Sounders games is louder than the Seahawks game. It's something to experience.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you're ever in the Pacific Northwest, because it does get loud in that stadium. In all the stadiums I've been to, I would have to give that one the loudest stadiums there is. And hey, look what we got here. We got Big B. Big B, how you doing today?
Hey, doing good. Just got up, guys. Saw you guys are chatting. Thought I'd join for a few minutes. What's up?
That's much. I hope you got your morning shot going, because I got mine in the full cup right here. So, and Crispy Bacon does too.
Yep.
So
what are we talking about right now?
All right. Well, I just want to get your opinion on this one. We already talked about it, but we'll swing back around. So we got the Heisman Trophy presentation today.
Yep.
Who do you think is going to take it out of Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Kenny Pickett, and Aiden Hutchinson?
I mean, it's Bryce Young's Heisman to lose. But if I had a vote, I'd vote for the Hutchinson, the defensive end out of Michigan.
Okay. Yeah, he has 13.5 sacks in 8 games. That's crazy.
Yep, it sure is. So, and when's the last time a defensive player won? I mean, it's a quarterback award. So I mean,
yeah,
Young's a favorite, but I would love to see the defensive end win it.
Well, it's kind of funny because the last defensive player that actually won it was Charles Woodson. Guess what college he went to?
Alabama. I don't know who's playing.
He went to Michigan.
Oh.
So could he be? I don't know. Could he actually be there or win it? Be the underdog? I don't know.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, well, it looks like we went. I think Big B just went back to bed. So it's a very early morning. So we're going to move over. Speaking of the final in this, I don't know if you know this, Chris, but Kenny Pickett, he raised eyebrows last week. During the ACC championship game, what he was doing, he had a quarterback run. And what he did is he faked slid as a quarterback. He pretended to slide.
I heard something about that. Yeah.
And it stopped the defense and and he was able to gain more yardage and potentially scored. What is your
And
thoughts on a quarterback, at least a quarterback, fake sliding?
hey, I mean, it caught the defense off guard, and whatever works, works. But I know, sadly, they're going to stop that, and I think it's going to be a penalty from here on out. But at the time, I thought it was a good idea. I mean, you're always trying to fake out the defense in any way you can, so why not use that tactic? But we can't now, so gotta find a different way.
Well, I'm gonna have to say I don't like it. To the fact that college, especially college football, they really look for that targeting penalty.
Oh yeah.
Because that, like, if you're gonna fake slide, like that defender is already in position, trying to make a tackle before he slides and so forth, and I think it could end up disastrous for the defense because I think they're going to get more targeting penalties if the NCAA allows it, which they're not going to allow it. So I gotta say I did not like it. Even Ryan Clark, who is a former defensive back, he said this is one step closer to targeting and so forth because you're trying to get to the quarterback's level, which is lower. And if you come up, you're going to get helmet to helmet, of course. So that's my take on that one. So we're going to jump over to the NFL. The Saints got their big playmaker back, Alvin Kamara. He's a full go against the New York Jets. Probably a good time to come back. Can he save the Saints? Because the Saints just been on a nosedive since Jameis Winston went down.
I mean, it's worth a shot, but if they continue to, lose like they are doing and can't make the playoffs, I think you just might as well bench them. Really, because you don't want to risk them getting hurt further, but at this point, you're still in the playoff hunt. I don't know. It's a double-edged sword.
Well, I gotta keep him on there. Not saying because he's on my roster on one of my fantasy leagues, but
that's why you want him to play.
Exactly. But here's the thing: like the Saints are 5-7, and they just need to win 4 straight games. Believe it or not, there's only like 4 regular season games,
Mm-hmm. Normally
actually,
there'll be 3 by now.
There's 5. There's 5 regular season games with that one.
Yeah.
So I believe if the Saints could win 4 out of their 5 games, they'll become 9-8. They have a potential shot of taking one of the
wild
cards with that one. And I think I don't see it happening, but I think Kamara gives them a better chance to do that. And I believe Taysom Hill is also at the helm at quarterbacking, which I think is not a good choice for the Saints. What's your thoughts on Taysom Hill?
I like Taysom Hill, as a gadget player or some kind of alternative weapon per se, but I don't know if he should be like the full-time starting quarterback. I know he has to right now because of injury situations, but I don't know. I don't like the idea of him being the starter. He's more of a gadget player.
Okay. I have to agree with that one, and that kind of proved it when he was playing, but he was also playing with a bum finger, kind of like what happened to Russell Wilson. But what Taysom Hill brings, though, he brings that dual threat with that one.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, with that being said, I think we can squash Darius Thomas, number 88. He used to play for the Broncos. He passed away suddenly, I believe, from a seizure. And
that's the reports, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the reports. And I think you found the report with that one. And it's sad. It's sad when someone passes away and they're only in their 30s. And no matter what, how old you are and so forth, it's still sad that someone passes away. But 33, that's just
That's young.
devastating.
Yeah.
And from everything I have read regarding Darius Thomas, I believe that he left an impact on the field for like other players. What I mean by that is he was a stand-up guy. Like he was a better person than player from what I've read. And Peyton Manning said along the lines that he was a better player or a better person than a player, and he's a Hall of
Right.
Famer. Those words coming from Peyton Manning is huge. I don't know if Thomas will become a Hall of Famer, but I do believe he'll become in like the Broncos Ring of Honor if they have one. I don't know if they have one, but I know the Broncos are going to do a tribute, and I believe he should be in their Ring of Honor. Your
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, they should. It may, if they don't want to put him in the Ring of Honor, which I think they should, but if they didn't, honor him in some other way. Maybe you can make an award out of his service. I know they had that with Walter Payton, but you could do a Denver Bronco award. Kind of similar to that, but in his name. I don't know. Honor him in some way, whether it be put him in a Ring of Honor or do a service community thing.
Okay, that is definitely true. So so let's go into the MLB because they've kind of hit the
Pause button.
they hit the pause button, but also there is a strange prediction or
Uh-oh.
format for the playoffs that's on the table that Manfred decided to put on the table during this week. So MLB,
no.
they're headed to a lockout. They're on pause. But I do believe that they're going to start. They're going to start before the season starts. Let's put it that way. Pretty much, you can't do anything regarding the.
Can't even find any information either.
Yeah. There's that one. So, but the MLB postseason, Manfred put on the table is to expand to like 14 teams.
Okay.
I believe it's something like that.
I'm okay with that so far.
And but it gets okay. It gets even crazier with that. With that, I think like the number one teams in each league, so the top ranked team in each league, they get a bye. So they don't get to play. But on top of that, they get to like choose who they get to play. That is on the table. What's your thoughts on that? Like just first hearing that.
Okay, I'm okay with the number one seed getting it by. I'm okay with 14 teams. I don't know if I like the idea of, hey, you get to pick your opponent. You could pick the strongest team. You could pick the weakest team. Everybody knows you're going to pick the weakest team. So if you're a team that doesn't, you struggle to get in the playoffs, of course you're going to be picked, to play in the first game or whatever. So I don't like that idea. Everything else about it, I'm okay with.
So what would it be? It was like the two remaining division winners get to pick their wild card opponents from the three other wild card teams. The top wild card team plays the unpicked team. So
I think you should have ranked, like put in another standing of, division leaders and have the first division, winner play the fourth division winner or third division winner or something like that. I don't know.
So if they started it last year, so the teams that would have made it last year, so they're expanding it, right? So
Right.
it would be the Rays, White Sox, Astros, Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays. Here comes a big word I'm going to say. Mariners,
Oh wow.
Braves, Brewers, Giants, Dodgers, Cardinals, the Reds, and Phillies. If that format was last year, if they started this format last year, that's what it would have gone to. And what would have probably happened, the Dodgers and the Cardinals would likely be meeting in the first round. Because the Brewers and Braves would be picking the Reds and Phillies as their first round opponents.
Huh.
How more muddy could that get?
All right, that's just going extreme there. I don't know.
Manfred is he's just I don't
He
know.
doesn't like baseball. We all know that.
Well, yeah, he's trying to put it as a NFL type playoff. I disagree with the first round bye. I mean,
You already have to play in the wild card. I mean, as it stands right now.
well, yeah, because look how many times. Look at the Mariners. Take the Mariners for example. I know I'm bringing up history. 2001, the Mariners won 116 games, and they were number one seed in the division,
Right.
in the league, in the entire MLB because they broke a record and so forth. With that, they lost, I believe, to the Cleveland Indians in the first round of the MLB playoffs because it's the three out of 5 series. I mean, it's kind of, for me on the NFL side, it kind of goes to like Cincinnati versus Georgia, how last year Cincinnati should have been in the playoffs because they took Georgia all the way down to the wire.
Wow.
That's how I feel about it. I mean, expanding it maybe to 12 teams or something like that, I can see that, but not doing this like elementary, high school type picking for your teams who you're going to play. I disagree with that 100%.
How many teams going so far, like right now?
I think it's 7.
Okay.
Because you got the play-in games, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about that either.
Yeah, it's kind of.
So that like the play. Oops, that is my fault, guys. I do apologize.
That's why I started MedHall.
So yeah, that just baffles my mind on what they're trying to do with that, or Manfred's trying to do. But on the brighter side, though, yeah, you remember Puig? Do you remember the player Puig?
I do.
He made headlines actually the other day. He's actually signed a 1-year deal with the South Korean team called the Kiwoom Heroes.
Makes sense. I know with lockouts you can't, MLB's out of the picture and you're almost like a free agent pretty much, so you can play anywhere. Might as well.
I just want to know, like, because how Korea is, they have actually tradition there. I don't know how that's going to go with Puig being there.
Why don't you think it's not going to work out?
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, like Korea is more of a traditional type of playing the game, kind of like Japan. They like the two teams respect each other quite. Like there's a lot of respect like between the two teams because that's how the culture is and so forth. But adding Puig there with some of his antics, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be kind of interesting. So with that being time, I see the time that we got. So we're going to take our rant and raves or so forth, or the picks of this, or any sport picks that you got. My shot is honestly to LeBron James. I mean, so last week he was playing against the Pacers, and he made a shot, and guess what he did?
What did he do?
He grabbed himself, like in celebration with the shot.
I saw that. Yeah.
But My favorite part of this whole story is Laker legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Mm-hmm.
He made a quote. This is from Kareem right here. For me, winning is enough. Why do you need to do stupid, childish dances and disrespect the other team on the courts? It
Good
doesn't make
question.
sense. And this is my favorite part of this whole quote is right here, Chris. Goats don't dance.
Oh, basically said he's a goat. I disagree with that, but I agree with that statement.
Well, I do too, but I wonder if he was trying to say if you want to be a goat, act normal. I mean,
I mean,
you're
they always say act like you've been there. So.
yeah. I mean, like he's the face of the NBA. Don't get me wrong. As of today, he is the face of the NBA. He will not be the face of the all-time NBA in my opinion with that one. But with that being, come on.
What happened?
Well, no, like LeBron James. I mean, like, come on, his antics.
Oh,
He got 2 fans
yeah.
kicked out. Also, I mean, that's my shot. Do you have a shot this morning at anybody, any team, or making a daily pick?
I feel like, and I know people are probably gonna rag at me for this, mainly commenters, but maybe the Lions will go 2-0. Maybe. I mean, they are playing the Broncos, and they haven't been too good in the last few weeks, so maybe they'll have 2 wins. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's just,
Who's quarterbacking for the Broncos? Do we know?
don't. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna look it real quick.
Well,
I think it's Bridgewire.
yeah. I mean, I can honestly see the Lions maybe maybe squeaking out the Broncos if they can get Jonathan Swift back feeling healthy. I think I think that would help, but I don't see. I think their next for the Lions. I think their next win, that if they can win a game, is going to be against the Falcons
Right.
or the Seahawks. Those are my next 2 games that I'm circling that that they could have a chance to win games right there. But I don't know. I think they're going to go quarterback maybe in the draft or maybe not, but I don't know. The Lions are a laughingstock of the NFL. Actually, I can't say that. There's 3 teams that are the laughingstock of the NFL, but there's that.
Yeah.
So you heard it from Crispy Bacon. It is that time. Thank you for watching. If you're ever watching us live, drop in some comments. Man, we'll answer your comments and so
We
forth.
will.
And so forth. And we'll be nice about it, I promise. But for me, we got Crispy Bacon. I am the Sarge. Thank you for joining the Morning Shot. I hope you guys have a great weekend and enjoy some college sports and watch the Heisman. Thank you for watching.